All right, Justin, you're a trooper for this one. Trish Stratus and Tiffany Stratton versus Candice LeRae and Nia Jax. I'm not even going to ask your excitement level because unfortunately it's not very high, but you have a world champion and a future star in Tiffany Stratton. You have an all-time legend with Trish Stratus. I like the come-ups with Tiffany Stratton. Placing Trish, it's kind of a perfect scenario for her heading into Mania.
Yeah, I agree. Plus, you get Trish in Canada, which is a draw in Toronto. So obviously, you'll get the hometown moment. It's kind of a classic in your house match, right? Like, you know, it's Savio and Razor versus Men on a Mission, right? So it's like kind of like one of those matches where it's all about Trish getting the big pop and transitioning that heat to Tiff. And I guess it doesn't hurt to have Tiffy go over Nia right before Mania. So I could see them. Maybe she pins Candice here and then beats Nia on SmackDown in the build up to Mania 1-on-1 or something like that. Like, it feels like that's a win they want to give her, put Nia firmly in her back, rear view mirror, and then start the march to Charlotte. If Charlotte Tiffy wasn't already locked in, I'd say this was setting up Trish and Tiffy for Mania. That could have been a fun title match as well, but obviously we know Charlotte.
The Becky playbook from a few years ago with Trish.
Yeah, you can run it back, but I mean, obviously it's already a locked in deal, so it's not going to change. I am wondering though, like, Trish, we've seen over the last few years, is open to runs. So could this be setting up a post-Mania feud or title, chase with Tiffy, depending on what you think happens at Mania? Do you think Charlotte's winning that belt?
I do. But in comparison to Trish here, I thought that when she was shown on that SmackDown a few weeks ago, I was like, oh my God, Chelsea Green versus Trish is just kind of perfect. So I wouldn't rule that out for like a WrestleMania. I think that the Blondes win easily here. And then Trish has some momentum heading into WrestleMania and perhaps find herself with Chelsea Green. And now with Tiffany, I actually think she's losing to Charlotte. Kind of the Rhea Ripley playbook. Pandemic WrestleMania, lose, and then a few years later come back strong, get her comeuppance, and then that third match is built in structurally wise for the big blow off for whatever at another future WrestleMania. I think that playbook works well with Tiffany as well. And I think that the young,
such a quick loss for her though. It is what it is, but it's like, I don't
know. It
is
a quick loss, but a profile win here with a legend like Trish Stratus builds up that resume pretty nice.
It does. And I mean, I think Charlotte's going to win too, because Charlotte's not probably going to lose at Mania in her comeback. So it is what it is. But it just makes it feel like Tiff won the belt on a cash in, and then her first real tippy top challenger at a big show, she loses. You know what I mean? So it feels kind of like, why bother? In a way, but I know, again, like, giving the rub that Charlotte made even in a loss is still big for her.
You're in a WrestleMania women's title match.
Yeah, I know.
That's a resume right there.
Hopefully she keeps it competitive enough, and then it isn't any kind of dominant loss. I just think it's just tough timing on everything. But again, being in that spot with Charlotte is better than not being in it. I don't like. Triple H's MO on these cards has been short cards, right? Like the Rumble had 4 matches.
4 to 5
Survivor Series had 4 or 5 matches, but we think Mania night 1 and 2 are going to be loaded up, right? Because
Triple H has had 2 WrestleManias in the past where he's gone 7 each.
Yeah. So I mean, you look at this roster and it's kind of like, really, like, what's Nia going to do at Mania? They're going to have her there. They love her, right? So
she's earned a Mania spot in a women's tag. She's had a really good year for what she should be, really.
So do we get like a 4-way women's tag title deal with them?
Damage Control, Liv, Raquel, these two, and Team of the Week, right?
Yeah.
So makes sense.
Because there's so many. Because like, if Roxy doesn't win the Chamber, like, what's she gonna do too? Like, are you leaving her off Mania?
I don't know. They could also do IC and US stuff. I would really consider Trish versus Chelsea. I understand that takes away from another modern girl, but I don't know. I just think it would do wonders for Chelsea.
Yeah, and you could keep it tight, keep it 6 minutes or something like that. Like, it doesn't need to go crazy. And then you could do Lyra or Roxy like that. That would be fun. I mean, obviously we know they got chemistry, so like that would be pretty good. For the
NXT goes over there. But yeah, the The women's division is kind of on the uptick. I know the Fightful reports that women have been frustrated, but those seems like older reports. And now that we're heading into WrestleMania, the mid-card titles are established. The tag titles are excellent. Last night on Monday Night Raw, that Raw match was excellent in the main event for what it was. That totally outkicked what it should have been coverage-wise. The NXT girls, the Meta girls, had a great tag match with Belair and Naomi as well. So the tag titles are kind of brought up from a rate standpoint. So they'll get there with the women's Intercontinental and US. All right, we can close with the baby faces. Let's go back to the heels here. Candice LeRae, she probably has the best resume. Hot take here, but she probably has the best resume from NXT, including NXT, of like matches with these girls. She's kind of find herself in a nice, decent role with Nia as her lackey. She's all right, but she on the main roster, she's just, I don't know. I don't know if it's the purple hair. It's just she's totally where she's at.
It's a tough spot. It's like she's a good worker. This is a weird comparison, but it's like a modern day, just like Tito, Coco, low level worker, good worker in the ring, not a low worker, but like a low card, strong hand.
Yep.
Coco every now and then would get thrown in a pay-per-view match here and there, right, to help put someone over. But the difference is right now the roster is so loaded that it does make you be like, all right, well, like there's no EO on this card, right? Like there's no, I don't know who else. There are a lot of women because of the chamber, but who?
Yeah, they're having the Raw match. So why isn't this on the it's just weird, right? Why? But I get it.
Well, it's all because of Trish, right? Like, so again, it's like a classic match I would have seen like in 06. So it's just like we're throwing out whoever because they're clearly not going to win. Trish isn't going to lose in her hometown, and Tiffany's not going to lose before facing Charlotte at Mania. So you're not going to have them go over damage control, probably. I guess you could have, but like they take so many damn losses all the time.
Nia's good foil though, right?
And Nia's been kind of feuding with Tiffany anyway, right? They had their fallout. So I think Candice is just kind of like, who else do you put in this spot, I guess, if you're not going to put her with Nia? I don't know who else you stick in. It's just
not appealing on the poster whatsoever, but she's good in the ring, and she's actually has a nice resume historically in the WWE, including NXT. Nia's, I think she's at the peak of her usage here. I think she's going to slowly wrap it down, kind of similar to Liv on the Raw side of things. But here on the SmackDown side of things, she'll probably find herself in that gatekeeper's role and probably be in the mix with LeRae as a tag team until they kind of go off and split off. I don't know. I feel that she has had a successful return to the WWE, though.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I just don't care for her. But like, yeah, she's
absolutely everything's
fine. I just would rather see a multitude of other women in that spot. But I get it. Triple H has a thing for her or whatever. So it's
used her like crazy in NXT. So
yeah, it's just always been that way. Yeah, I mean, I don't know who else could have been in the spot. So I think it's fine. I don't think it's going to go super long. I think it's just going to be a chance for Tiffany to get a win and for Trish to get the hometown pop. I would assume. I mean, Tiffany should get the pin, but it wouldn't shock me either if Trish, gets the win over in her hometown. They could do something like a double pin on Nia, or they pin both of them at the same time. I guess it depends again if they want to give Tiffany a clean win over Nia one-on-one. So if so, they might protect her here. Yeah. Maybe she walks away and Candice takes the loss.
Protect Nia the week before on SmackDown when they had that title match a few weeks ago.
So it wouldn't shock me if maybe they do something like Candice gets caught in the ring with both of them. We get the Stratus faction or whatever, and then Tiffy hits the finisher and finishes her off, and Nia walks away, leaves Candice to the wolves, and then you get one big Nia Tiffy match on TV to set up before Mania to give her a clean win and her final march to Charlotte.
No doubt. I think honestly, I would use Nia kind of falling on Charlotte's side and have her be Charlotte's heater, right? I think that would add to that presentation. I think that would be pretty
could do that too, right? Charlotte could reestablish her strength, throw her around a little bit and show that the knee's okay. Hold on, you may not want to put her with Nia and risk her blowing her knee.
I'm saying Nia with her her friend.
Oh, on the same side. Yeah, you could do that too.
I think it would add to the presentation.
I don't know. I don't think Charlotte needs her. Like I think it. Whatever.
I just think it adds
not need to break.
It's a hat on a hat, but right. All right. So the goal is here. Get a massive pop with Trish. Makes Tiffany look like a huge star heading into her massive match at WrestleMania. I wouldn't be done with Trish. Like you said earlier, she has these mini runs. I would really consider Chelsea Green. Chelsea's last week on SmackDown teasing that she's upset that she's not booked in her home country. Perhaps they have this second, and then backstage afterwards, there's like a congratulations thing between Tiffany and Trish, and then she bumps into Chelsea, and that leads to a WrestleMania match. I think that'd be really cool for Chelsea.
I mean, it wouldn't shock me too, though, if they did something like Chelsea Trish on SmackDown before Mania that Friday.
Yeah.
If they don't feel like
heading into
it's on the
WrestleMania
card,
season.
you could do it on the Mania SmackDown. So it could be something like that.
Justin, it was good to have you as always. And guys, check out some WrestleMania content coming your way here, where Justin and I will heat up March with WrestleMania.
Yeah, it's an exciting time. We always churn it out here in the No Sell. Thanks for having me, and I'm looking forward to the show overall. If this match aside,
yeah, you got the short.
Yeah, that's all right. I'll fill in wherever. It's okay. I'm a utility guy. I think we'll all be stratified by this match.
All right, WrestleMania, you get your pick of the crop, buddy.